Welcome back, Lovestylers. I'm Misty. Today we're going to be talking about the benefits of using moderation in your midlife. Now, moderation is not my favorite word, and we'll get into it in a minute. But before that, I want to tell you that we've been recording another album. We are Black Eyed Soul. Go to blackeyedsoul.com if you want to support the channel and check us out, but only if you love great music. Our new album will be out soon, but there's plenty there to listen to in the meantime. Now, the word moderation is not my favorite word. As a matter of fact, I hate it because I tend to be an extremist. All or nothing. It's not done me very well, I must admit. When we live our lives in moderation, we have a lot less trouble. Not only with foods, but using moderation on a daily basis when it comes to even being opinionated about the news, being opinionated about how someone raises their child differently than you might, or someone's political views, etc. Everybody is unique, and using moderation can help us all. The first thing I think of when thinking of moderation is diet. And on this channel, we talk a lot about a carnivore diet. I practice eating on a carnivore diet 90% of the time. We can also apply it to things like exercise. So I have learned the hard way, and I'm still learning this every single day, that when I want to push it on the Frisbee golf course, or I want to walk a little further, a little harder, a little more uphill, and I just want to go for it that day, I might be sore for days afterwards by injuring myself and not knowing where my limits are. That's not using moderation. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I've made. I've made all of them. I'm probably going to make another one as soon as I'm done making this video and during it. Moderation for me is a new concept. I used to drink, guys. I drank for like 30 years, and I gave it up a couple years ago when I started on my low carb journey, on my weight loss journey, on my health journey. Moderation to me did not exist. If I could not drink the entire bottle of wine, no matter what size it was, I didn't think it was worth doing at all. Now, that is not moderate. So if I couldn't have 6 drinks, I didn't have 1 drink. But of course, most of the time, I chose the 6 drinks or more. It made my liver very toxic. I'm still cleaning it out. It takes a lot longer when you're in your midlife to clean out your organs. That's why a lot of us ladies have a gut in the front still, especially during menopause. So guys, I'm in my first year of menopause, and that's embarrassing for me because, a couple years ago, or maybe even last year, I couldn't even say menopause because I thought I was way too young to be dealing with that. It's not true. It's the average age of menopause is 51 years old. I'm 52 years old. I had to face facts. I had to accept the fact that I'm in menopause. It's going to cause differences in my moods, differences in the way my body breaks down food, differences in my gut microbiome. And that's why a lot of us ladies have this gut in the front that I plan on getting rid of mine. I'm trying Frisbee golf right now. I'm trying to really lean into Frisbee golf because you can have that movement. And I'll tell you what, it's only been about a week, and I think it's already working. So that's just a side note. If you've never considered taking up a sport of your choice, I want you to reconsider it now. You're not dead, or you wouldn't be watching this video. I'm not dead, or I wouldn't be making this video. So we're still here. We're still alive, and our body was meant to be used in the best way possible. Another way I think of moderation is limiting myself, not only with food and food choices, but limiting myself to scrolling, sitting and scrolling on the phone. I swear, the other day, 2 hours went by. I was just going to look up one word and just to see what it meant because I love words and I write. So I'm very interested. I was on the phone for 2 hours being distracted by this and by that, and it's purposefully done to get us all looking down, and being controlled by a device, a fake virtual world that I know you're watching on me now. So I know that's like a paradox in itself, but if you think about it, just look around with the sound off and everyone's looking down at their phone. I even see people exercising outside and they're on their phone. Now, listening to something while you walk or play your sport, that's not what I mean. I mean having conversations, looking things up while they're walking, nearly getting hit by cars. So using moderation even means with social media, these impulsive triggers that occur because we are human and we are on this earth, which is ever changing, especially lately. Don't even talk to me about the weather. The earth must be cleansing itself. I'm going to go with that because I believe in the earth. I believe in the astro weather does what it does. These impulsive triggers can cause in us anxiety, can cause in us extra cortisol, which makes us want to cover it up with something, with foods, with bad foods we usually don't eat, with bad behaviors that we usually don't participate in. Even the environment that you might be in, even if it's a room where people are talking about something that's making you feel uncomfortable. It's up to you to get up and leave. And my excuse is always, I have to go to the bathroom, or I would like to get some water. And it's been getting me out of a lot of things. It's just two good tips right there, guys. Especially if you're an older lady and everything seems to trigger you because you have your hormones controlling things inside of you. So there's ways around it. And I don't mind giving you my little tips like that, but the water trick works every time. Who's going to say no to you getting more water? Nobody. And you should probably be drinking more anyway. I like to drink 4 big Yetis of water a day, of good, clean water. Remember, binge eating, binge watching, binge bitching. These are not good things most of the time. But I notice, like, if I'm sitting in front of the TV for too many hours at a time, I'm just going to get bored of the show eventually, or just think that TV and food go together. Because I grew up in the 80s. TV and food, especially popcorn, go together, don't they? Not really. We invented that. Someone invented that. Now, it might have been for a good reason. It might have been because we wanted our family to commune because we only had one television to share. So we can't really use that excuse anymore. Or I like to have my popcorn while I watch my movie. You know, we could change that anytime we want. We have self-sovereignty, autonomy to change all of the rules that we're used to doing out of just a form of habit. Another tip to get out of kind of your routine if you think it's causing you to head towards food, or if you think it's too much of something and you want to moderate it just a little bit. Think about the word moderate as a verb. You know, you go on these live chats on the phone and there's always a moderator. There's always somebody keeping things in the box. And that didn't occur to me till just now that that's a great example. To moderate the usage of your phone, to moderate the usage of whatever that habit is you want to get rid of. The other day, I realized they keep trying to prompt me on my phone to play these games. Now, I've never been big on playing games on my phone, but I said, let me try this word game thing. We're sitting here watching a movie. I hate the movie. Andrew loves the movie. Let me play my word game on my phone. He won't care. So it actually turns out it was fun. It's like a crossword, mixing up the words, making different words out of other words. I remembered that I was very good at that as a child. And so now I'm kind of finding it fun again to realize that I'm still smart. I didn't lose all my marbles yet, yet. And I don't plan on it. But it actually helps with our memory, they say, to play some of these games that are available on the phone. You might be OCD obsessive compulsive disorder. You might be a little OCD about certain things, and it might just be time to not be so rigid, especially us older ladies. We tend to be very rigid in our thoughts about things, and we kind of hate to be wrong as well. And that is not moderate at all. That is very extreme. Now, I can talk about this because I do this. I do this probably more than the average person. I'm obviously loud and proud and not afraid to speak my opinion, or I wouldn't even make YouTube videos. Now, I'm not that excited about being seen on camera, and you won't catch me doing a bunch of selfies. That's just not me. I just don't get it, and that's for another discussion. But being moderate is a way to get along with the environment around you, the people around you, because we all have our own opinion, our own journey, different ages, different sizes, different ethnicities, and different values on different topics. It's nice to have a diverse crowd, I would think. To open up the discussion about different topics, you might just listen a little bit more than talk. You know, I've been trying this for months now. I've had the worst year of my entire existing life. I can't get into all of those things that happened this year, but 4 major events happened to me this year. If you watch my other videos, you kind of know what's going on, but there's been a 4th event. And I'm not ready to talk about the 4th event yet. It was not any harm to me, particularly, except emotionally. And I'm afraid I'll break out crying if I talk about it in this video. But using moderation even when life happenstances occur. Very big changes occur. Things you didn't expect occur. Using moderation and just pulling back and not jumping to conclusions, I find it very challenging. That's why I thought it would be a good topic today. Being moderate. Also being accepting. And I'm going to put them in the same category. Don't be surprised if you see some of my content next week saying acceptance being the word of the damn week. You know, when I think of women over 50, I think of out of everybody, we should be really the most flexible of all. We've gone through births, deaths, children's problems. We have families of all ages that we are always going to be the mom of. Even if you don't have children, you kind of have the female perspective where our greatest strength really is our flexibility. And in our flexibility, we are having to be moderate, whether we know it or not, so that everybody's happy. What do they say? When mama's happy, everyone's happy. So that comes from truth. And we can use moderation every single day with our flexibility to try to make things just a little bit more, I would say, peaceful, if I had to think of a word, when faced with very aggravating events. So no matter what your vibe, whether you're red, blue, purple, pink, green, orange, or you don't let a color define you, or a type of political stance to define you, and you're right in the middle and moderate like the rest of us, this is where we exist, guys. You know, the Gen Xers, we're looking quite good right now. We've learned to roll with a lot of different changes in the generation that we grew up in. We're looking real effing sweet right now. Embrace it. You have the wisdom. Share it with the younger generation, hopefully in a peaceful way. Don't just hate. Use moderation, use acceptance, use love. And that's the stuff we like to talk about on this channel is how can we all get along together? How can we collaborate right now on this earth? There are not categories. There's only one category, and that is love. And the only other category I would add is humanity. We are all humans here together. So let's use moderation, flexibility, love, wisdom, and share it with those who need it. And share it with ourselves first so we can live a normal life and be happy. Also, check out blackeyedsoul.com if you want to support the channel. We appreciate you. We love you. And we'll see you next time on Lovestyle. Peace.